pants just popped open, you guys.
Gonna love you, honey, on and on and on. I'm a morning dove singing out a song.
This is the problem. I'm 5 weeks and my pants don't fit. Hey guys, it's Danielle with Danielle Gets It Done, and this is my 5-week pregnancy update. Week 5, believe it or not, was pretty eventful, which I wasn't expecting, but first of all, we'll talk about the little baby. It is now the size of an apple seed. I am going to refer to my baby as an it. I hope that doesn't offend you. It doesn't offend me. Saying he/she every time gets a little monotonous, so I'm gonna refer to it often as gender neutral. The cells are still dividing, but they are kind of organizing now to become the different systems, which is pretty cool, and it is just growing rapidly. The two kind of big things that happened this week is, number one, I had my first prenatal appointment, which I was super shocked about. I was expecting to go in at 8 weeks, which is what I did with James and what I thought was kind of more standard. So I honestly felt really silly when I reached out to my practice, but I just kind of wanted to make sure and maybe schedule that 8-week appointment because the summer fills up. And she called back right away, the front desk, and she was like, no, you need to come in like tomorrow to confirm this pregnancy, to get on his calendar, because he is having to turn down a lot of births because he is so overbooked. I'm so thankful that I called. I don't know how much I'm gonna get into it, but James, who is my first, who is 5, was, I think traumatic might be too dramatic of a word, but for me it was a traumatic birth. I planned to birth at a freestanding birth center, and I had a long, hard labor. It was 49 hours and ended up with a transfer to the hospital for an emergency C-section. And my midwives cared for me so well. I have no ill will toward them, but after he was born, I needed to remove myself from that environment and change women's care to someone else. Again, it was nothing about them. I just, for my emotional health, needed to not see them anymore. It brought up too many bad memories for me. So even though I didn't know if I wanted another child, I knew that if I did become pregnant again, that trying for a VBAC would be super important. So I did my research and switched to this doctor who is very VBAC friendly. He's kind of lovingly known as a midwife, even though he's a man. He kind of has that midwifery spirit and believes in that kind of system, I guess. And so he's a family practice doctor who has a really great VBAC record, and so he's really popular. So I'm really glad that I got in, because now I'm for sure on his calendar. So the appointment was kind of no big deal. He was actually out of town, so I met with his assistant and peed on a stick and it came positive. And other than that, we just kind of talked about any questions I had, which weren't too many, I don't think. So nothing too exciting, but exciting that I've already been to my first prenatal, and I have my 8 weeks scheduled, and that's when I'll do blood work. The second fun thing that happened this week is we told my mom and dad. We had them over for dinner, and my husband and I are going to Hawaii next week, and my mom and dad and my mother-in-law are gonna switch off watching James. So when they were over for dinner, I gave them a card. I said it was a gift card for watching James, and the card said, thanks for watching your first grandchild while we're in Hawaii. We're gonna bring the 4th one with us.
Danielle.
Oh, I want one of these.
I can't even. Oh, I got it. Thank you. What is this? Oh, thanks for watching grandchild number 1. Yep. While we're in Hawaii,
What does it say?
we are going to take. What? Are you having a baby? Ah!
You are? Oh my gosh, it makes me so happy.
pregnancy. They were super happy. I think they were genuinely shocked. They had kind of been asking the last couple of years, and I finally just said, which was true, like, we really might not have another one, so maybe back off a little bit. They weren't annoying or anything, but they were just shocked. They had no idea that we had kind of decided to start trying, and it was just fun to see them that surprised and happy. I don't think I mentioned it last week, but my sister-in-law is just 2 months ahead of me, which is so fun. So when my brother told me she was pregnant, I think I might have been in the 2-week wait, or maybe just right before. So I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, I hope that this works out this month, because it'd be so fun to have him so close, and it did. So my parents are gonna go from 2 to 4 grandkids between the months of January and March, and they're just so jazzed. Okay, as for symptoms, oh look, I got a cute journal to keep track. Okay, as for symptoms, some things have gotten better and some things have gotten worse. For instance, I'm less tired than last week. I'm staying up a little later, I have more energy. I am working out again. Last week I couldn't run 2 minutes before just not having any energy, and I've been doing hour-long cardios this week. I've been like running, jogging slowly for a half an hour, and then walking for a half an hour. I've really been craving long, slow cardio, so it's nice to have that energy back. On the other hand, yesterday was the 4th of July, and I took 3 naps. Like 3 one-hour naps in my bed, out naps. So I'm still tired, but it's definitely different than it was last week. I did throw up twice this week. It was both right in the beginning of this week, so I haven't thrown up in like 5 days. I think this is the deal. I don't have much of an appetite, so I'm not eating because I'm not hungry, but if I wait too long to eat, I get nauseous. It was both in the morning after I'd been up for an hour before I had breakfast, so I'm trying really hard to force myself to eat even though I'm not hungry, which isn't the easiest thing to do, but again, if I wait too long, I'm gonna get nauseous. I forgot to say this last week, my hips are super sore, and I've been doing a lot of hip openers at night, and it feels so good, but they're still sore all day long, and that was the case last week, and it's the case this week as well. Super weird symptom is I have restless leg syndrome. And that isn't weird for pregnancy, it's super common, but I could be wrong, but I thought that was like a 3rd trimester thing. That's when I had it with James. To have it at 5 weeks, I'm not sure if that's normal, but if you don't know what it is, it happens mainly like if you're resting or you're trying to get to sleep at night and your legs just feel like they need to move. And it's torture to not move them. It's almost like an itch that you can't scratch, if that makes sense. And it's super irritating because it's nearly impossible to fall asleep when you feel that way. I don't really think there's much you can do about it. If you do know of a remedy, leave a comment below. However, I hope by the time I publish this has kind of gone away and will maybe come back in the 3rd trimester, but for sure leave a comment in case I'm wrong, or in case it can help anyone else, but I don't really know of much you can do. I am so bloated still. We're going to Hawaii for that wedding next week, and I just like am re-shopping all my dresses because it's just intense bloat. And then I don't know if I want to point it out, but I have acne right now that's kind of different for me. I don't get a ton of acne, especially not where it is, so that's kind of a bummer, but yeah. So that is my week 5. We do go to Hawaii. I'm really nervous because we'll be there for a week between week 6 and 7, and that's right when I started getting sick with James. I was deathly sick with James. I'm trying not to think that way because I feel like I'm gonna, what's it called? Like it's gonna be a self-fulfilling prophecy. However, I'm gonna be prepared. I have my ginger essential oil packed and peppermint for the plane. I have those C-band things coming. I hope I'm gonna be okay and just be in good spirits because it's a wedding and it's gonna be fun and I get to see a lot of my college girlfriends. So next week, I'm pretty sure I will be filming this from our room in Hawaii, and hopefully I'll report that the plane ride was good and maybe some tips on how to travel in early pregnancy on a plane. I hope you enjoyed this video. I forgot to mention last week, if you're pregnant too and are comfortable sharing it, I'd love for you to leave a comment below so that we can kind of follow each other along. And yeah, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow this journey, be sure you're subscribed and hit that bell so you get notified when I upload. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and whatever your plans are, I hope you get them done. Bye guys.
Ooh.